I've just arrived at the hotel. It's surprisingly spacious and feels really nice. Staying here for 2 nights and 3 days feels like such a luxurious treat.
You must be tired after all that traveling. Is the room really that good?
Yeah, it's honestly amazing. There's even a small kitchen in the room. It's so well equipped that I think I could even cook something simple here if I wanted to. Honestly, this doesn't feel like a work trip. It feels more like a mini vacation.
That sounds incredible. Now I'm wishing I had come along with you on this business trip.
I'll bring you here next time when we plan an actual vacation together. For now, I'll just do my best over the next 2 nights and 3 days. But to be honest, I'm already missing your cooking. 3 days without eating your food feels like forever.
You're exaggerating, but it's sweet of you to say that. When you come back, I'll make your favorite dish for you to celebrate your return. Even though it's only 3 days, make sure you're taking good care of yourself, okay? Don't skip meals and make sure to eat something balanced and healthy.
Don't worry, I've got it covered. You take care of yourself too, all right? Make sure you don't catch a cold and be careful about everything, especially accidents.
Yes, I'll be careful. Don't overthink things and just focus on your work there.
All right, then, I'm heading out to grab something to eat.
All right, take care and enjoy your meal.
Finally, I managed to get out of the house. After being under her constant nagging, it feels so good to breathe freely again. I'll leave the hotel room key unlocked for you, so just come right in when you arrive. Honestly, my clueless wife hasn't noticed a single thing yet. It's absolutely hilarious. She keeps sending me these take care of yourself and make sure you eat messages, like she's my mom or something. Seriously, who does that? She's such a boring old hag. I can't even see her as a woman anymore, not since years ago. I wish we could hurry up and stop having to sneak around like this. I want us to be able to enjoy ourselves openly without worrying about her at all. But for now, just get here quickly. I've been waiting all day for this. Let's have an amazing time tonight.
Wait, what?
Oh, crap! No, wait! I sent that by mistake! Please, don't think about it. Just forget I ever sent it, okay?
Forget it. Are you serious? How could I possibly forget this? What is this? What are you talking about? Am I the stupid wife you mentioned? Who was this message actually for? Tell me the truth, David.
No, it's nothing like that. It was just a joke. Yeah, just a stupid joke between friends. I sent it to you by mistake, and I didn't mean a single word of it.
A joke? A joke about calling me stupid, about calling me an old hag? And you say you don't see me as a woman anymore? Don't insult my intelligence. Tell me, who were you trying to send this to?
It's not what you think. It's just someone I know from school, an old friend, that's all. We were just messing around. I swear it's nothing serious.
An old friend? And you invited this old friend to your hotel room? You told this person you couldn't wait to have fun with them? David, just admit it. You're cheating on me, aren't you?
What? No way! Of course not! I'd never cheat on you. How could you even think that?
How could I not think that, David? This message wasn't meant for me, and it's obvious who it's meant for. You're talking about sneaking around behind my back, calling me names, and planning a secret rendezvous. This isn't a joke.
No, you're misunderstanding everything. I love you, okay? You're the best wife anyone could ask for. Why would I throw away everything we have for someone else?
Do you really think I'm going to fall for that? If you're innocent, you wouldn't mind if I checked your phone, right? Let me see your messages, David.
I can't do that. All right, fine. You win. I'll tell you the truth. Yes, I've been seeing someone else.
I knew it. But let's not sugarcoat this. You're not seeing someone. You're cheating. Don't try to make it sound better than it is.
I know. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean for things to get this far.
Who is she? How long has this been going on?
We met at a work party a few months ago. It was just a casual thing at first. She's someone my coworker introduced me to. We've only been involved for about 2 months. Before that, I swear it was completely innocent.
A work party? Do you mean a mixer? You went to a mixer without telling me? And now you're trying to convince me it was all innocent at first. Don't make excuses, David.
I know I messed up, but it's not what you think. I swear she doesn't mean anything to me. You're the one I truly love.
Stop it. You've been bad-mouthing me to her and laughing about it together, haven't you? And now you want to tell me I'm the one you love? Do you think I'm stupid?
No, I don't think that at all. I admit I made a mistake and I regret it. But can't we just move past this? Everyone complains about their spouse sometimes.
Complaining about your spouse is one thing, David. Using those complaints to flirt with your mistress is completely different. You keep saying you're sorry, but your actions show otherwise.
I'm sorry. I mean it this time. I'll never do it again, I promise. No more cheating, no more bad-mouthing you. I'll change. But if you could forgive me, there's one thing I'd like to ask.
What could you possibly ask for right now?
Could we consider letting her be my second wife?
Excuse me?
Like a side wife, you know? I'd still prioritize you, of course. You'd always be my number one. I just want to split my love between you and her. She's great at housework, too. I think she could even help you out around the house. Think about it. If we ever had kids, wouldn't it be great to have extra support?
Have you completely lost your mind? A side wife? What century do you think this is? And you seriously think you're capable of handling 2 wives?
Of course I can handle it. Don't insult me like that. You've just wounded my pride as a man. You know what? I've had enough. I want a divorce.
You want a divorce because your pride is hurt? Do you even realize how much you've hurt me?
It's different for men and women. You're always looking down on me. I'm done with this. I'll divorce you and marry her instead.
Fine, if that's what you want, then I'm done too. Let's get this over with quickly. You'll pay what you owe and I'll move on with my life.
Fine. I'll pay you whatever you want. I don't care about the money. It's just pocket change to me.
You said it. No takebacks later. Don't think I'll go easy on you.
Whatever, do what you want. You know what? I'm done trying to explain myself to you. You're just impossible to talk to.
Oh, I'm impossible? Coming from the man who just admitted to cheating on me and then had the nerve to ask if he could keep both me and his mistress? Do you even hear yourself, David?
I was trying to be honest. Most guys wouldn't even admit they were wrong. I came clean because I respect you enough to tell you the truth.
Respect me? You've disrespected me in every possible way. Cheating, lying, bad-mouthing me, and then trying to justify it all like you've done nothing wrong. That's not respect, David. That's just arrogance.
Arrogance? I've been the one holding this family together for years. Do you even realize how much pressure I'm under? You don't see what it's like at work, having to be the breadwinner while you're at home complaining about everything I do.
Complaining? Is that what you call asking for basic decency and partnership? I work hard too, David, even if it's not in an office. Or have you forgotten that this house doesn't run itself?
Oh, please, don't give me that. You have it easy compared to me.
Easy, is that what you think? Managing everything at home while dealing with your disrespect is easy? Do you even know what it feels like to be constantly belittled by the person who is supposed to love and support you?
And do you know what it's like to feel unappreciated no matter how much I provide? You think it's fun coming home to someone who always has something to criticize? Maybe if you'd show me a little more affection, I wouldn't have looked elsewhere.
Unbelievable. So now it's my fault you cheated. You're blaming me for your inability to stay faithful?
I'm just saying that relationships are a two-way street. You weren't exactly the perfect wife, you know.
Oh, I'm far from perfect, but at least I didn't betray you. I didn't go behind your back, disrespect our vows, or drag your name through the mud. I had my faults, but I was loyal. Can you say the same?
Look, I already said I was sorry. What more do you want from me? Blood?
What I wanted was a husband who respected me enough not to cheat, but clearly that was too much to ask.
Fine, you've made your point. I screwed up, but we can't undo the past. We can only move forward.
Move forward with you after everything you've done? That is not moving forward. That is setting myself up for more pain.
You don't even want to try to rebuild what we had?
What we had? David, what we had is gone. You destroyed it the moment you decided I wasn't enough for you. I'm not going to listen to what you have to say anymore, David. I'll get in touch with you again later, with a lawyer.
Audrey, I was completely wrong. Everything is my fault. I'm so sorry. And I'm reflecting deeply on what I've done. Please forgive me.
Oh, look who's suddenly full of regrets. What happened to your confidence? It hasn't even been a week since our divorce was finalized.
I tried to propose to her, the woman I was seeing. I thought now that I'm divorced, we could get married, but she told me I wasn't the kind of man she could imagine having a good marriage with. She said dating was fine, but marriage? Absolutely not. Then she dumped me on the spot. What the hell is wrong with her?
Honestly, what did you expect? No self-respecting woman would marry a man she knows is a cheater. She probably realized if you cheated on me, your wife, you'd eventually cheat on her too.
That's not even the worst part. My affair got exposed at work. They found out about everything. Me bringing her to my hotel room during business trips, charging our meals to the company, using the company car to take her to hotels, even borrowing company funds to buy her gifts. Somehow all of it came out. Now they're talking about firing me. On top of that, they might sue me for damages. My whole career is in shambles.
Wow, you really outdid yourself. Did you even try to cover your tracks? Company cars have tracking systems and expense reports get audited. You must have left a mountain of evidence.
It's worse than you think. You know how small my industry is. News travels fast, and now everyone knows about my affair. My reputation is ruined. I can't get a job at any of the competitor companies. If I switch industries, I'll have to start over completely. My salary will plummet, and I won't be able to support myself. What am I supposed to do?
Oh dear, poor you. By the way, I'm the one who told your company.
What? You did this? Why the hell would you do that?
I needed evidence of your affair for the divorce proceeding, so I contacted your former company. Turns out I didn't even need most of the evidence they provided. We got divorced so quickly it wasn't necessary.
You've ruined my life! Do you even understand what you've done? If I lose my job, I can't pay the alimony in installments. Is that what you want?
Oh, I'm perfectly fine with that. I already got plenty from the asset division, and I'm not relying on your alimony to survive. Unlike you, I have a stable income and don't need to mooch off anyone.
Audrey, please, let's start over. If I can tell my company we've reconciled, maybe they'll reconsider firing me.
Reconciled? After everything you did? You've got some nerve asking me that now.
I know I messed up, but I've realized something. Losing you made me see how much I truly love you. That other woman, she manipulated me. Please, Audrey, give me one more chance. I swear I'll never cheat again.
You swore you'd love and cherish me when we got married, remember? You already broke that promise. Why should I believe you now?
Because I mean it this time. I'll prove it to you. I'll do anything you ask.
Anything, huh? Okay then, how about this? Disappear from my life forever.
No, Audrey, please, be reasonable. I'll lose my company housing soon, and no landlord will rent to me without a job. I'll end up homeless. Just let me stay with you until I can get back on my feet.
Absolutely not. Your problems are no longer my concern, and if you keep bothering me, I'll block you.
Wait! Please! I'll do anything! Just don't abandon me like this!
Oh, so annoying. Blocking you now. By the way, I have a lunch date with friends. I'm busy, so don't ever contact me again. Goodbye.
Wait! Don't leave me! Audrey, please don't leave me like this!
Goodbye, David. After that, David tried various ways to make contact with me. He would lie in wait trying to ambush me whenever he thought I'd be somewhere. He sent me letters, packages, and even small personal items. It seemed like he was desperate to get my attention, though it was clear he was doing so with a mix of obsession and frustration. At first, I was a bit unsure about what to do. I didn't want to overreact, but at the same time, there was something unsettling about how persistent he was. It felt like he was crossing boundaries in ways I couldn't ignore. So after considering it for a while, I made the decision to contact the police. I didn't want to escalate things unnecessarily, but the situation had gotten to a point where I felt I had no other option. I needed to feel safe again. The police took my complaint seriously, and they were able to track down David. They gave him a stern warning, explaining that his actions were not only intrusive, but could also lead to legal consequences if he continued down that path. It seemed that the warning had the desired effect, as David, who had been so bold before, became noticeably more subdued after that. He stopped showing up at places I frequented and seemed to back off in terms of direct contact. There was an eerie silence where he had once been so persistent. I don't know if he was genuinely scared by the warning or if he simply realized he couldn't keep pushing things further without facing consequences. Regardless, I felt a sense of relief, even though I knew it might not be the end of it. It wasn't long before I heard some unsettling news about David's situation. Apparently, he had been let go from his job. It was unclear whether his behavior had influenced this decision, but the timing was suspiciously coincidental. I had no idea what had been going on at his workplace, but I could only imagine how his obsession might have affected his professional life. If he couldn't maintain his composure and professionalism with me, it was entirely possible that his behavior had been equally erratic in other aspects of his life as well. Losing his job had a severe impact on David. He had also lived in a company-provided apartment. When he was dismissed from his position, it seems like he was also kicked out of the company housing. The reality of his situation must have hit him hard, no longer employed and with no place to stay. David found himself in a dire position. Without a steady income or place to live, he became increasingly isolated. From what I heard later, David had become one of the many people who struggle to find housing, even in the short term. He became what's often referred to as a net cafe refugee. For those unfamiliar with the term, a net cafe refugee is someone who, due to financial difficulties or lack of permanent housing, ends up spending their nights at internet cafes. These establishments typically offer private booths with computers, and many are open 24/7. Some of them even have showers and offer affordable packages for those looking for a place to sleep temporarily. It's a tough and frankly grim situation for anyone to find themselves in, and I couldn't help but feel a small sense of pity for him. While I was also grateful that he wasn't a constant presence in my life anymore, I also couldn't deny the harsh reality that he was now living through. The idea that David, who once seemed to have everything under control and who had been so intent on controlling and manipulating his relationship with me, had now become a person without a job, without a home, was jarring. His obsession with me, which had once felt so overpowering and suffocating, had ultimately contributed to his downfall. He had pushed everything too far, and now he was left with the consequences of his actions. In a way, it was almost poetic. The very thing he had done in an attempt to keep me within his reach had instead led to his complete isolation. He had thought that if he could just make contact with me one more time, if he could just get me to acknowledge him, everything would somehow fall into place for him. But instead it had all unraveled. Now he was living on the fringes of society, surrounded by strangers in a place that wasn't his home, with nothing but his own choices to blame. Despite the complexity of the situation, I couldn't afford to dwell on David's fate. While his actions had disrupted my life in unsettling ways, I had my own path to follow. I had to focus on my work, my friends, and the life I was trying to rebuild after everything that had happened. I couldn't let myself get caught up in what was happening to him, even if it was partly a consequence of his own making. But it's hard not to wonder how things could have turned out differently if David had just respected the boundaries I had set from the beginning. If he had accepted the end of our relationship and moved on, perhaps he wouldn't have found himself in such a devastating position. Instead, his refusal to let go, his relentless pursuit of a connection that was no longer there, had left him with nothing. As time passed, I occasionally thought back to those dark days when I felt constantly on edge, never knowing if David would show up out of nowhere or send another strange letter. The anxiety had become overwhelming at times, but now I could look back with some distance and reflect on the fact that, despite everything, I had made it through. I had taken control of the situation, sought help when I needed it, and managed to regain my sense of safety. For David, on the other hand, the journey was much more uncertain. The future was no longer in his hands, and he was left to face the harsh consequences of his obsession. It's a tragic story, one of a man who lost his way, consumed by his fixation on someone who was never going to be a part of his life the way he had imagined. And in the end, it was his obsession that led him to lose everything he once had.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.